Hello, everybody. This is Bobby Mills for theindependent.com with another version of In the Hoops. Today, we're in a quiet Shelton High School. Kids not here?
For now.
Yeah, for now. We're with Coach Reutzel from, and I hope I pronounced that right.
That's right.
Shelton Bulldogs. Thank you for doing this, man. Hard to write. You know, you're so busy, having a good season, but glad we could get together. How long have you been here at the high school in a coaching capacity?
This is my 6th year here.
Is it okay?
I was the girls' coach when I came here for the first 3 years. And then they made a change there. We had 2 wins in 3 years, so not real productive, but I was the assistant the last 2 years for the boys with Coach Horkey and Coach Oman.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of a light summer change made, and they asked me to coach the season. So early August, I was asked to coach this season for us.
Boy, I bet they're glad they asked you, huh? And this is your first, have you been a head coach before this anywhere?
Yeah, I was in Cozad and was a head girls coach. Before that, I was at Loganview and was head boys for 5 years.
That's where I know you from. Is up at
We had a
Loganview.
district final there against Boys Town that was a rough one.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, I remember that stint up there. That's kind of a neat school.
Yeah,
the way it looks.
It's kind of a Centura, Sandy Creek.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if people know that or not, but kind of a neat layout. But like I say, they're probably glad you're here. So, who is on your staff this season that wasn't before?
Well, Kent Ropers is our assistant.
Oh, he's a good one.
He's got lots of experience.
Yeah.
He's retiring this year, so
we're
getting the end of his run, I guess. But
yeah.
He's coached. I think this is his 4th year here. He's helped coach junior high football and junior high basketball, junior high and high school track. Now he's helping this season with high school basketball. Yeah. And he has all kinds of experience from from wherever he's been. He's been at Axtell and Diller and Loop County, I think it is, that he wants state football, and just I think we've meshed well together.
Good.
We've worked really well. Short stint here that we've had.
Yeah.
But then we have other assistant coaches too, just a ton of them that sit down the bench and
yeah.
guys on the court. That, we assign homework sometimes on film that they're supposed to see what the other teams are doing. The seniors basically responsible for Harvard tonight. That's who we have tonight on the schedule. And we have Pleasanton tomorrow coming in, so this might be after those two. But we try to get guys to watch film and see weaknesses, strengths of the other team, and what are they running, what do we want to run, what do we counter with. Kind of become more academic about the game than just go out and play.
Yep. Kids will watch film more than they used to. Of course, huddle was not existent, but they'll do it.
That.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Well, and part of it was just understanding what to watch, not just to
watch
and see when people trip or fall, but see what teams do, what do they run on offense? Are they a screen and roll team, or do they hedge on screen and roll, or what is their scheme that they're using?
I know what tendencies do they do. Somebody dribbling the ball and they got to go left all the time.
Yep.
So, well, that's good. And a younger kids program below high school.
Yeah, we have. There's a Shelton youth group
Get those
that plays. Yeah, that has 3rd through 6th graders.
Yeah.
So I know there's a group of probably 4 or 5 dads who are coaching some of the younger kids.
Why not?
Coach Thober has a couple boys who are down in that age group.
Yeah. So how many kids did you have out when the season started? Probably the same amount as now, but and what's a good number for Shelton?
We have 14 this year. I think we had pretty much that last year.
Yeah.
And then a couple years ago, we might have had a couple more because we had such a big senior class for our size.
Oh boy, that makes a difference.
But we have 14. We have 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 4 sophomores, 3 freshmen. So kind of a mix of everyone.
Well, the one I can't remember where we were earlier in January, but it was just not too much bigger than you guys. Maybe C2 school. Kind of crying the blues that you only have 26 out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, that's pretty good, man. Comparatively.
Well, and with sicknesses and things this year, it seems like we always have a guy or 2 gone. Sometimes it makes it tough to get things going in practice.
At the last minute.
You need numbers.
You do on the bench.
Or just have JV games, and we've been usually playing about 3/4 of JV. Just either the opponent or us with sickness. We had a couple games where we only had 5 kids, but you need playing time to get experience, so we just use timeouts and go with it.
I know, because Cozad, speaking of Cozad, their girls came in as GICC and only played 3/4.
Yeah.
That's all they had. So the sickness thing is you roll with the punches. How many kids did you have returning that had experience this year? And you have a son that plays, is that right?
Yeah.
Great.
Basically, our guards are the most experienced part we have. Ashton,
Are those
Riley,
two
and
sophomores?
Quinn. Yeah, they're
Oh.
sophomores, and Quinn's a junior. They all started at least part or all of last year. But they're still young. When we're playing
Oh,
our
man.
conference schools, they have a lot of seniors at the
Right.
guard spots.
They
Like
do.
Coffees and Oakley and Dinkert. Even with a year of experience, we're half as experienced as these guys. I mean, some of these guys have played since their freshman year.
Sure they have.
I mean, we've had kids play a lot of summertime, but it's still, you have less season experience. Summertime basketball is a lot different than playing in the regular season.
Amen, brother.
But, our guards are probably the most experienced part. Our post, Christian and Kellen played quite a bit last year, either as starters or off the bench and kind of rotating through.
Sure.
Zach played some. Kobe didn't play a whole lot last year, but we kind of rotated those 4 seniors in the 2 post spots quite a bit.
Yeah.
Dylan Kenton's a freshman that start of the year, he came off the bench as a guard, kind of kept a spot, so we moved Zach to a post a little bit.
There you go.
His brother Ben we've been trying to find him spots. Ben's pretty athletic too, that we've been playing about 8 or 9 guys, and
how
he's pretty good
nice.
to depth.
How nice,
Yeah.
yeah. Some people have three scores and no bench.
And like you said, some people have scores, but sometimes you fill a role, and if you won't accept just to take this role of defensive guy or rebounder or whatever, then the team doesn't function.
Nope, you got to have that cohesiveness, and of course, yeah, that makes a big difference. And coaches being together or meshing make it a lot easier too. So, did you have a chance to work with these kids during the summer a little bit or not?
Well,
This last summer.
a little. I was an assistant with Coach Oman, and we had them go to leagues and to camps in Grand Island mostly. But then with the late season change, we didn't get much time before the season started, and it kind of showed. Our first game against Elm Creek,
That was a low scoring
it was
game.
really low. We played actually pretty good on defense. Offensively, we didn't function real well, and part of it was lack of practice time and things that we look a lot different now. And I mean, part of it was Elm Creek's. Give them credit; they played tough. They're a good team. They've had Tanner's been there. I don't know how long, like 20 years.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's a lot easier when you know what you're supposed to do.
I know.
When it's the first couple weeks of games, our guys are, we're still learning yesterday what we want to do.
I
And
know.
we're still developing, I think, our game. I don't think we've peaked yet. We've been talking to the guys that we need to keep getting better each practice, because we just hit, I think, the 40th practice of the year,
Yeah.
which you should be better the 40th than the 3rd, but
You should,
you
yeah.
should continue to improve. You want to be a team that makes it to Lincoln.
I know. But yeah, that was a kind of a bad question on my part, because you hit the ground running here, man.
Yeah. But yeah, we've put in some ideas we used 2 years ago, maybe that we didn't last year, just from our athleticism. We're doing some things. We even call some things the same as what Coach Oman called it last year, because it's either similar to what I've used before or not. But you don't want to change everything because you don't have time.
No, you don't.
But then we've also talked to the guys about like adding to the file cabinet, just adding more ideas, more offense, defense, presses, press breaks, whatever, just so we have pieces if we want to use it at some time.
Yeah. And Dave's won 2 championships. And
Yeah, oh yeah.
You can't just throw everything out that he did.
We're definitely not replacing him. We're taking over next is based on what we're doing, because that guy has more experience and wins than I could even ever hope to get to.
Yeah, and just such a old foxy guy that can
He's just a good guy.
Yeah, can slow it down and kill you like
Yep.
he did Millard South that year at
Yep.
the state tournament. But how much new stuff have you implemented that you like at this point, and that has come around real well, like on offense, and not without giving anything away?
Lots.
Good deal.
I love certain things.
Yeah.
I'm a Western Nebraska guy that, I coach Rhodes in Paxton. We do lots of 1-3-1.
You talk about a basketball player. Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
He took over my sophomore year. And
Is that where you played under
Yep.
with
Yep.
Coach? Oh boy.
sadly, we never got to Lincoln until our student managers were playing. So
Oh,
he's
man.
only took him there about 13 times, I think.
Oh yeah, only 13.
So I'd love to get one.
Yeah.
But we use a lot of 1-3, or not a lot, I guess. We've used 1-3-1 some. We've used some junk defense a lot of people don't like, some triangle and 2. We've worked on different presses. We haven't used them all the time. Just whether it fits the game plan or not.
Well, yes,
Whether
exactly.
you have 3 games in a week, sometimes it's tough to have the legs for it.
It
but
is.
off and on we can, or we could in the future if we want. offensively, we're trying to use what we have that's our advantage, our strengths, and if we have guys on the court that it's something that works, we try to run certain set plays or certain offenses that are continuous. We have been working on motion offense the whole year just because to get good at it, you have to spend lots of time at it. It's easier to find a continuous offense that fits your group and work it, and just kind of continuously grow on other things. But we have post guys inside. Christian's really strong inside and can shoot out to 15 feet or so. Kellen's a strong kid inside that can elevate and plays this really strong defense. Kobe and Zach run the floor. Our guards, all of them can shoot. They all have really good vision, can find guys inside if they drive or if they reverse the ball. We have shooters. One thing we're doing quite a bit less than the last couple of years is we haven't shot as many threes. We're probably about 60 or 70 less threes for the season shot. Riley's been attacking the lane more. We've been teasing him all year that he's actually, early in the year he had like 2 dunks and no threes. Well, now it's still there. He's had more dunks than threes still.
And that's demoralizing to the other. And so is a driver to the basket.
Yeah, and he's just a minute. He'll find posts. He'll get stopped by 2 or 3 guys. He'll kick it out to Ashton or Dylan or Quinn, and they hit an outside shot. The guy's been real unselfish that Ashton and Quinn have hit basically right as many threes as a year ago, but they've shot less threes. So the percentage is up a little bit. Riley hasn't shot nearly as many outside shots, which we're fine with. He's attacking.
You betcha. But that inside-out game, it really kills you if you're on a defense that, that's what Luke Barman was talking about last night from Sunrise Christian. If you can get that post and then shoot it back out, oh, man.
And I think, some of our opponents have kind of tried to shut down the outside. Our inside guys can beat you. It's just they're probably not our primary threat. They're going to get points on rebounds. They're going to get points on screen and roll. They're going to hit outside 15-footers. They're going to run the floor, try to get some fast break points, secondary break.
There you go. Was that tournament, the victory, the Twin Valley tournament, a surprise or not?
I'm sure lots of people think so.
I didn't. We talked before. You can tell me the truth, and well, of course, if you're going into it, you think you're going to win it,
I mean, our schedule in January is tough.
Ooh.
But like you said, we didn't lose a lot of wild card points just because we were playing some tough teams, some bigger schools, and being D2, we get a little bit extra point here and there than like a Kennesaw Blue Hill does. But Blue Hill's in the same shape a couple of years ago that they were D2 and everyone else in the conference was D1, it seems.
Yep.
But playing Gibbon to one point, is the game we could have had. We'd take that challenge again any day. Centura and Wood River are both tough. Arcadia, Loop City, that whole Loop Plat schedule we have in January is just tough. I think we were only 3-5 in January.
But still,
it makes you tougher, and the competition makes you tougher.
What about Ansley Litchfield?
Ansley Litchfield, we had an overtime game and lost by 3.
That's a good basketball
They're
team.
good. They're a good team, but just learning what we want to do against different opponents helped us so that we can play, whether it's Blue Hill or Kennesaw, Silver Lake, our sub-district opponents. Hopefully someone passed that.
So how do you feel? Are you 13th in the wild card points this morning? Everybody outside looks at that. You're focused on tonight, with Harvard, but
yeah, we look at it. We're 11th now.
Good. Well, that was last night.
We didn't play, and so it's kind of funny how much this can bounce around a little bit. There's kind of 3 pockets in D2 that the top 3 bounce around a little bit. There's a pocket of 3 or 4 schools that kind of slide around game to game, and then there's another 4 of us down in that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 area or whatever that, we didn't play last night, but I forget who even did.
Well, just depends
2 teams won that bumped up a division that bumped us up some points and moved us ahead of someone. It's going to be tight at the end of sub-districts, who gets wild cards, who you play, hopefully in the sub-state or district final.
How about a home?
And, for sub-districts, we should be a home team.
Should be.
But,
you're setting what are you this morning? It was 43.5 before that. If you were in Class D1, what you were the last 2 seasons, you'd be 7th.
Yeah.
I looked last night. Yeah, there's your tough schedule right there, man. And it's Class D2 tougher than D1, who knows? But your points prove that this schedule.
Well, our ADs do a good job of scheduling a tough schedule, because when I was the girls coach, Coach Blaze stuck us with the Blue Hills and the Red Clouds that are going to state, and C2
Oh,
girls,
my
and D2 girls with Southern girls. And, I mean,
Sutton Girl. Oh my goodness.
we have some good teams in this conference. We have some really good coaches. I mean, I think all 9 of the guys, well, at least the other 8 at least, I don't know about me, but the other 8 coaches are real good guys coaches.
Yeah.
You know, our girls coaches in the conference are strong.
It's
not an easy conference to be a coach in.
no, that's for sure.
There's a ton of
Well,
experience.
they beat up on each other.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
they do.
So tell me who's in your sub. It looks like you host. You never know that who is in your sub.
We have Red Cloud, Franklin, Wilcox Hildreth, and Heartland Lutheran are the 5
okay.
assigned our sub.
And then
So we have 2 that are conference schools. Wilcox we played early in the season, and then Heartland Lutheran we don't see during the season.
No.
But, they've shared film with us back and forth, but
and you by the time this hits, you may only have 1 game left, and that might be Silver Lake, who you will play for the 3rd time.
they'd be our 3rd time against them with the holiday tournament, the TVC tournament.
Yeah.
Red Cloud's in our sub-district, that it would be our 3rd time if we played them, because
Yep.
we played them regular season and holiday tournament right after that. So
That's-
it's tough to be in one twice, but a 3rd time gets real tricky because they know what you're going to do. They know your players.
Right. Well, David Oman proved, and when he went to the state tournament, beat Columbus
Yep.
4
Yep.
times.
We heard that story a time or
So,
two.
oh,
He had some teams, that guy.
I bet you did.
He's coached some guys. He's coached some teams.
I forgot about the stories. Well, good. All right. Well, we wish you the. I like this basketball team, Coach, and I think everything's going well. Injuries, cross your fingers.
Yeah, we've been pretty
Just the
fine
sickness thing.
injury-wise. It's sickness here and there, which is pretty typical, I think, for everyone. But
And these 2 sophomores, they have to be. Did they both start last year? But before we get out of here,
yeah, they both did most of the year. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's every game or not.
boy, that,
They're pretty strong, but also part of it is other guys have bought into everything. That
Yeah.
we know Ashton can shoot, Riley can score. If we sent Quinn to some other school, he could be a leading scorer somewhere.
Yeah, probably could.
He's so unselfish. Just all 3 of them distribute the ball pretty well. Quinn, I think, scoring the same as he did a year ago. Everyone else is scoring more.
yeah.
But he's basically that next assistant coach on the bench. He's
Wow.
he runs the team, runs the show.
So that's who brings the ball. Down.
Not always.
Oh, that's nice.
It's pretty much any guard that we have can bring it up.
Ooh.
But we kick Ashton out and kind of fly him down the floor a lot. Riley and Quinn bring it up quite a bit and look to attack the lane. And when Dylan comes off the bench, he basically takes one of their roles, and we just kind of try to keep running.
Well, you guys, was it 1995 the last time you made
Yeah.
it?
So-
That would be so cool.
Well, the
my
funny thing on
gosh.
that is Riley's dad was on that team.
Isn't it? Does that always happen?
Yeah.
Hey,
So it's good they kept him around the area. So
it's time. Yes, it's time to renew that state tournament thing. So it's looking good now. I wish you the best of luck because, and you're doing fine. But it's just the injury thing or whatever, the sickness. You can't control that. But we wish you the best of luck on that
All right.
one. It's all right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Man. Shelton Bulldogs, Coach Reutzel here, and we wish him the best of luck if this comes out after. Is that Silver Lake game here or down there?
it's down there.
Okay, all right. So may only have 1 beat. Follow these guys all the way through the sub-districts, and we hope to see them at the state tournament. So for McKenna behind the camera, Bobby Mills for the Independent.com, and in the hoops saying we'll see you next time.